Welcome back to another edition of Senior Spotlight. I'm your host, Caitlin Grasillo, and joining us today is Mariah Durian, one of my own teammates from the women's basketball team. Thank you for joining us today, Mariah.
Of course.
Okay, so Mariah, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself for those of us who don't know?
I'm from Yorba Linda, California. Very different from good old Aiken, South Carolina. I'll tell you that. I first went to Western Oregon University and then transferred to Aiken my sophomore year. Mm-hmm. The town I grew up in was a little bit more high speed, probably a little bit similar to Charleston, like where you're from, so a little bit different.
Coming to Aiken. Okay, what's your major here?
I'm a psychology major.
Okay, do you plan to do something with that after school?
I do. I'm currently in the process of applying to master's programs for occupational therapy, so psychology kind of translates into that because you're dealing with a lot of people and stuff like that.
Definitely. Okay, so unfortunately, we'll just go ahead and clear the air. Last year, we know you suffered tearing your ACL, and then you just recently had surgery on your foot. Can you talk to us a little bit about how you just deal with that in general, like your mindset?
Yes, that's been definitely an eye-opening experience, to say the least. I definitely saw and experienced a different side of basketball than I ever had before. I've never been a bench player per se, or I've never been injured, so sitting on the bench and like being the cheerleader for my teammates was hard at first, but I also feel like I learned a lot. Like you also know.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think we both learned a lot.
It's a new perspective, kind of.
It was definitely harder than I could have imagined coming back, but having you and like being there with me every step of the way made it a little bit easier. But
thanks, girl. So what are your expectations for this year?
I'm going into this year actually very confident. I feel like this is going to be the first time in my life ever where I'm kind of playing with no expectations on me. Right. I feel like other teams aren't going to have any expectations about me. I obviously hope Coach Brandt does, but people in the stands, like, she had ACL, MCL, medial lateral meniscus, like, foot surgery. People aren't going to have any expectations for me, but I've been working really, really hard. So I feel like I'm just going to, like, play free. It's my last season to play, so I want to be out there more than I ever have. So I'm very confident and really excited for the season to start.
Good. I feel like it's kind of reassuring not to have that pressure. You know, it's like a fresh slate.
It's going to be the first time I'm like playing with no pressure. You can't put pressure on the girl that has had 2 surgeries in the last.
And then you'll just come and prove them wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. Okay, so game day for Mariah Durian. What is that like? Pre-game routine, anything like that?
Pre-game routine. First, obviously, eat a nice, good breakfast.
Absolutely.
Always have to eat lunch. And then I cannot play a game without taking my nap before the game.
Is it like a little cat nap, or is it like lengthy?
No, it's like, it has to be like an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, so I set my phone, like, couple alarms on, but I will, like, do whatever it takes. I will show up right on time. Not late, ever, because I'm not late.
No.
But I will show up right on time, but I always have to get my pre-game nap in, yes.
Does that go into...
and I take 5-hour energy as soon as I wake up for my nap.
You and Kate does.
Yes.
But, so does getting in your nap factor into when you're scheduling your school classes, so you can, like... work it in there? Okay. Priorities.
Of course.
Okay, game day, do you have, like, a go-to song you have to listen to? Or do you like music at all?
Well, I usually listen to country music, and most people don't do that.
I respect that. I know a lot of people that's not their preference.
It's not really, like, a pump-up music, but I listen to country music because it's just in the background, and it enables me to kind of, like, get in my head and just really get in the zone and blur out everything else, as opposed to, like, loud music that just kind of distracts me and makes me antsy. So, yeah, just helps me get in the zone.
Do you have a favorite artist? Are you a Luke Bryan lover?
I love Luke Bryan. I love Dierks Bentley. Chris Young. I like all of them. Yeah.
Okay. What about Taylor Swift? What are your thoughts on her?
I like Taylor Swift. I mean, she's so cute, I guess. Like, I don't really know how to describe her, but I like her music still.
So were you for or against us having Shake It Off on our warm-up?
Oh, definitely for.
Okay, good. Good.
Whatever that one, like, techno song was.
Oh, yeah, no.
Jazz picked it out, I think. Against that. Very against that.
New year. Okay, so I know personally that you try to eat pretty healthy, which is great. But you do have a sweet tooth, so you told me. So can you share with us maybe your favorite dessert or like go-to? If you can have
that's
anything.
hard. Yeah, well, I will eat vegetables and chicken all day long so that I could splurge. It's very hard for me to wait till after dinner to eat dessert also. My favorite dessert is actually the cupcakes from Cupcake Down South in Columbia. Yes. Every single time I go there. Well, at first they had a stamp card, and then I went through probably quite a few of those. Then they got rid of them. I feel like it's partially because of me. But I still go there and so now if you buy 4, you get your 5th one free. So every time I go there, I have to buy 4 and then get 5. So that's my favorite place.
Do you have a go-to cupcake? Like a favorite flavor?
Yeah, they have their lemon one is the best, and I don't really like lemon flavored desserts, but I don't know, somehow they like put magic in it and it's amazing.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the red velvet? That's my favorite. And the black and white.
I feel like they're overrated.
This is awkward.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Next question. Okay. While you were playing, obviously you were a very dynamic, successful player, a big-time scorer for us, rebounder, very versatile. So could you describe how you play in 1 or 2 words, in your opinion?
I try to be an unpredictable player. That's what I go for. I want to be the player where they can't say, go up and get your hand in her face, because then I'll drive by you. And I want to be the player where they can't play off of me, because then I'll shoot on them. So that's what I go for. Not always successful, but every time I step on the court, and when I'm practicing, I practice to be like kind of, I guess, an unpredictable, that's the only word I can think of, but just an unpredictable player. Okay,
now you are like a guard/forward kind of on our team. And I feel like it's maybe for people who don't know basketball, usually guards are like lower numbers, but you choose to wear 41. Could you explain that to us? There's some reasoning behind that.
It's not a super sentimental story, but there is a story behind it. I was on a team when I was younger. His name was Coach Biff. So it was a super awesome like team. We like practiced out in the asphalt. Like we were called the gym rats, I think. But I just like loved it. I remember learning a lot there. I remember learning a lot of agility stuff. That's the first time I really started doing agilities. So when I was a lot younger, and I wanted the number 14, and then they made my jersey wrong, and they put 41. So ever since then, I've always had number 41.
And how old were you?
Oh man, it was probably, I want to say maybe like 4th grade.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And you stuck with that ever since?
Yeah, I mean some like rec teams didn't have 41, but
all your high school years.
My high school and my college both I had 41.
Has it always been just basketball for you, or were you involved in other sports?
No, I actually almost went to college for hurdles. Senior year of high school, I kind of had to decide if I wanted to go run track in college or go play basketball, but track, you just don't have that you don't have that team. You do, but it's just different.
It's more individual, I feel like.
I'm happy with my decision.
Good. We are too. Okay. I'm interested to see your answer to this. If you could plan our post-game meal, anything, like no budget, what would you have that be?
Oh, man. Okay, well, post-game meal, immediately after the game, we'd have like water just sitting in our lockers for us, and like a little peanut butter sandwich. Because immediately after you're so hungry, and like it doesn't really matter what you eat because you're so hungry.
Scarf it down.
Yeah, so just like a little peanut butter sandwich and water waiting for us. And then we'd all shower and then make our way down to hopefully like a super nice, like with comfy seats, of course, because we're going to be sore and tired from the game, but it would be like all you can eat sushi, but not like that cheap, nasty all you can eat sushi places that only exist. So it'd be like gourmet sushi, which they'd probably have to bring in from Charleston. I'm not aware of any places in Aiken or Columbia that have good sushi, but
maybe we can make that happen.
Yeah, so just a ton of sushi, a ton of rolls, sashimi, and then get dinner out of the way, a little break, and
dessert.
All you can eat dessert.
Okay, cupcakes.
Yep.
Okay, during your time in Aiken, on or off the court, who would you say has been like a big influence in your life? Aside from our coaching staff and your teammates.
Okay, aside from those people, it's still kind of hard to pinpoint one person. I feel like the community as a whole, there have been a few people in the community that have really influenced me. So I want to say them, and then I've had a couple teachers in the psychology department that have really just been there for me. One of my teachers, she's my favorite teacher, she has started to come to, like, she came to every single one of our games last year, and even when I stopped playing, she still came, even when I got hurt, she still came to like support the team. So she's been really influential for me in like in the school part of it, like psychology, knowing what I want to do. And she's just one of those people that makes you want to be a better person and makes you want to be a better student.
And who is that?
Dr. Ellison.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, she's awesome. I don't know if I said her name right though. That's why I didn't say it at first. I don't know if it's Dr. Elson or Ellison.
Either way, we appreciate your support. Okay. Okay, is there
I know, I don't know. I should have looked it up somewhere.
It's okay. I think she still appreciates
She's
that
awesome.
you appreciate her. Okay, on the court, is there a player professionally that you like to try and emulate your game after? Or that just inspires you?
No, not professionally. Man, I practice basketball and play basketball so much. I don't really watch too much basketball in my free time, but I have I had a trainer for a very, very long time back at home that he coaches professional teams. He's coached in China and like kind of helped out with like different professional teams, Sufi, and he's someone I can still like see the moves he does and I can still see the workouts he put me through for 5 years. So he's someone that I try to like, when I play, I try to think about like how he plays and play like him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now after school, you are from California, which is very unique to our team, being in the South, finding Aiken. Do you plan to move back there, or are you undecided?
Well, there's definitely too many bugs in South Carolina for me to stay here, that's for sure. So I would like to go back to California eventually, but not right away. I would like to experience new places first.
Are you open to anywhere?
I am open to anywhere. I mean, not like Alaska. Okay. So besides that.
Anywhere that's like super cold, are you against?
I mean, the weather doesn't really bother me all that much.
Okay.
Just kind of like deal with it. If it's cold, put on a jacket. If it's hot, wear a bathing suit. I don't know.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. Okay, so to wrap this thing up, Mariah, can you tell us one word to sum up your career, your time here spent at Aiken?
That's definitely a tough one in one word. I guess I can apply this to school and to sports. I guess just a lot of perseverance. So I've definitely, through Coach Brandt's program, I've become a better leader, and I've had to use a lot of perseverance to kind of change the mold I had and form it into one that I can work well with other teammates, work well with coaches. So I've learned a lot. And then obviously having to overcome injuries, that takes a lot of perseverance. And coming from, in my academic life, I definitely started out not caring at all about academics. At my prior school, my coach didn't care at all. He just said stay eligible. So that was a big transition coming here. So I had to use a lot of perseverance. And I'm really glad that Coach Brandt has high expectations for us in that way, because it's really helped me a lot for my future plans.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Mariah, for joining us. We wish you the best of luck personally with your recovery.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait to
You
play
too.
with you again. Thank you. That wraps up another edition of Senior Spotlight with Mariah Durian. I'm your host, Caitlin Gracillo. Thank you for watching.